hell. Now that's slippy. Well, afternoon everybody. A near one then. Fortunately my third wheel, my foot, saved the day. I suppose diesel or something on the island. And that is a first ever in 2.5 years. Smelly's never lost the front before, so I think we can do some crap on the island. Anyway, whew, exercise my right leg muscles a bit. I suppose this is a bit of end of season update for Smle. But we're off out, so we've just missed the rain. There's a few spots around, but it's going to rain heavy locally. 3 o'clock, we're going to start about 2, but we got away with it. It's 20 to 3. As long as we head north, we should be alright. As long as they've got it right, of course. Otherwise, we're going to be on the receiving end of that lot up there. Yeah, so we're sort of an end of season update. I've held off having some things done to Smle because Webley Mark II got it up the arse, well, just under a week ago. 3 weeks old, and approximately 4 months after Webley Mark I got it up the arse. Smle being the easiest one to clean, or next easiest one to clean after a Himalayan, I've held her back a bit because I want some bits and bobs done to her over the winter. One of those is having the fork oil changed, which I forgot to do at the last service. It wasn't a service item, or at least not at that mileage, but I was going to have it done anyway. I'm going to have some powder coating done. The battery box is a little scabby, shall we say, on the bottom. It's thin metal, sort of a frame or cage rather than a box. And that was the first thing I'm going to have powder coated, and that's probably the most awkward to get off. But I was doing a bit of a polish and noticed there'd been a few marks in the coating on the swing arm where bricks have flicked up. So I thought, well, I might as well let them do at the same time. We're having a new complete right handlebar, and it come from India for 47 quid, and it's got everything: the grip, the end weight, the rubber grommet that you actually screw the end weight into, which is the problem with this one. The rubber grommet no longer holds the bolt anymore. Got the switches as well, that all come 47 quid posted. And although it's going away from originality, but very easy to put back, its cocks do some preload adjusters for the top of the forks, and I think they're doing for the new twins as well. I think they're about 30 quid a pair. That's probably 30 quid plus VAT, something like that. And they just replace the normal caps, screwing caps to the forks, and it gives you, again if I remember right, something like an adjustment of the preload for the front forks from, I think it's 2mm to 16 or 18mm. I may give them a go. The only snag is they are black, not anodised silver, which I'd like to match the tops that are there now, really. So we're going to have that done as well. Smle has been rather good this year. Well, she's been good all the time, really, except when the first engine went pop all that time ago. But one thing, she's always run rich, very rich. So, not having to plug things in, not having anything to plug in to tweak, I've done it the old school way. I've let a bit more air in. Got to keep an eye on it, it's early days. But I've fitted the Hitchcock's, what do they call it now, airbox orifice. It's CNC machined aluminium. It's beautiful, actually, a bit of a work of art. And their free-flowing air filter. Now, as for increased power, well, I haven't got a dyno, I haven't got use of a dyno, so I couldn't tell you. Nothing's free in regards to power. When you gain somewhere, you lose somewhere else, and of course, the loss normally is money. Now, the air filter is like 60 odd quid, but it is a washable one. So I reckon about 4 reuses and it should be break even with the cost of the same amount of normal Royal Enfield filters. So that ain't so bad, although it's a bit of a, oh blimey, when you buy it. The other fit is about 40 quid, I can't remember that's with the VAT or not, but anyway, Hitchcock's website, have a look. And basically, it makes what Smle has always done just a little bit easier, a little bit freer. So, horsepower, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's only increased it by 1 if at all. But it's just freer, everything's freer. It's early days, I've got to keep an eye on the state of the plug or the soot at the back of the exhaust. We don't go too far. It's just like a certain make of cold sweets, lozenges, helps her breathe more easily. The Motad exhaust has been on since new. That's starting to show its age now at 2.5 years or so. Unfortunately, Motad almost went bust. Then they got bought out by a chap who's done nothing with it, and you can't get him anymore. I do have a spare, but if I decide that I have to put something else on apart from the original, which weighs a ton, at the moment it looks like a Gold Star style, and I didn't really want to go BSA style, to be honest. I do like the one that's on. It's sort of got a good, the shape's sort of a good flow from narrow to quite wide without being over the top, and it's quite long, so any increase in sound is behind you, not right by your right either roll. But it hasn't fell off yet, it's just showing a few patches where the chrome isn't so good anymore. Good view, Cleese on the left, Reeking on the right over there. As it's 60 mile an hour up the bypass, a bit of a climb. We'll see what she feels like now. That's top gear, 5th, and we're doing 60. And she wants to accelerate. Peak torque's 4,000 RPM, we're doing just about 3,400 RPM. That's nice, that is nice. Not commando. Proper one, you might say. But that is nice. 58.5. Very nice indeed. Just like she's had a stretch, and then you go just a little bit better, a little bit smoother, perhaps a little bit freer, but very nice. I've just been pulled by the police on Smle. Don't worry, I wasn't speeding. That was the first thing I asked. I said, I wasn't speeding, surely not on Smle. But no, just offering some advice. He's all welcome, all very welcome. And unusually, the chappie was on a Kawasaki. Anyway, we're off to Ironbridge to have a pork pie. Over the River Severn again. Left is for Shrewsbury and Wales, right is for Worcester and Bristol and the Bristol Channel. Not long left for the cooling towers now. They start to demolish them. Well, if they haven't started now, it's soon. nice pie as usual. I had a medium for a change. Coffee not bad. Got to go a different way because of the road closed up here. Smle certainly has, shall we say, a cleaner bottom and mid-range. Top end it doesn't seem to have done much at all, having this freer flowing setup on the air side. Well, a bit of a detour, but we're heading back towards the River Severn. Hopefully we'll be able to turn left down the bottom, and then we'll be able to get back towards Bridge North, one side of the river or the other anyway. Some of you may remember a picture of Smle by an old petrol pump. Well, it's just up here on the left. Just there. Cross the river again. This is Coalport, by the way. Struggle here with Dirty Harry. Used to be a wooden bridge, hence the pub's name. Fish there, caught nothing. Railway station on the left. Well, that might be it for Smle this year. I've delayed the few bits I want doing because of Webley Mark II being shunted up the back end, and Smle might have to be used where Webley Mark II would have been used, but of course this time of year things slow down anyway, no matter what bike it is. And what we had, I suppose really just the need to use Smle on the National Road Rally in July, back in July, and she did excellently. Deserved a service afterwards. And of course all that's to come next year as well. The Welsh National Rally's first, entries are open. 2nd of May. Check the Clive MCC website. See you again soon.